G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to DCS World with Mags, and welcome back to the French Pack Team's Star Wars mod for DCS. I did say that I would be getting back to this one soon enough, and today we're taking a look at the Incom T-65 X-Wing Starfighter. Probably the most famous starfighter in Star Wars, next to the TIE Fighter, the destroyer of Death Stars, and the ship that ruined a perfectly good empire. Yeah, I'm an Imperial fanboy, suck it, Rebel scum. Anyways, the X-Wing is... it's actually probably one of the coolest ships in the pack, all things considered, or in the mod. And speaking of Imperials, let's go to guns. Oh, the poor TIE Fighter. I do love this thing, flying this thing around. It doesn't over-G as much as the TIE Fighter does, and it does have 4 cannons modelled, so you are firing ridiculous amounts of firepower every time you squeeze the trigger, so it is great. It also carries a proton torpedo launcher, as was standard in the X-Wings, with a surprisingly large number of torpedoes as well. Now, this is accurate to lore, although it is a little bit of a quirk of the lore. Generally, proton torpedoes were only supposed to be used against medium-sized targets, capital ships in numbers, and obviously Death Stars. But they weren't... Where the hell did you go? They weren't generally used against starfighters. The torpedo launchers would have been swapped out for concussion missile launchers, but this is just a mod, and modding multiple types of ordnance, it's not really worth it. This is perfectly fine. There we go. They function basically the same way as you would expect for, of Sidewinders in DCS normally. The aircraft is obviously, the Starfighter is equipped with countermeasures, of course. So we have chaff or flare. We also have ECM as an option as well. Yes, flares out. Just because everybody else has torpedoes that they can launch at us, just as well as we have them to can launch at them. Get around and pick up one of these extra targets. You are looking quite nice there. You're in range for a torpedo kill, but we'll see whether or not we can get you with guns. It's a real shame they couldn't get all the proper sound effects in to the mod, unfortunately. It would have been really nice to be able to hear the TIE Fighters screech as they fly past you like that. It would have really added something to it, but... yeah, it is what it is. This is still a pretty good mod. I do enjoy playing it. It is probably the best Star Wars Starfighter mod that we've really got at the moment. And Splash TIE Fighter. Okay, so the X-Wing, as much as I am an Imperial fanboy, I do have to say it is probably one of the best fighters in the mod pack, and it is probably the coolest, and it's the coolest because of the way the S-foils operate. If you slow the fighter down a little bit, you can close the S-foils by hitting the retract air brake keybind. You can close them fully and have the S-foils fully retracted, and you can open them out to maximum. Got him, but is he dead? No, I'm going to consider him still alive and flying at the moment. Now he's not. Excellent. Yes, so you can retract them and open them fully, but what's really cool is the S-foils are also linked into the X-Wing's throttle. So if you push up to mill power, everything stays perfectly fine. The wings will stay, or the S-foils will stay fully open, and you'll be able to just engage as per normal. Push into the afterburner zone on the throttle. Your system still will work fine, that doesn't actually change, but what happens is the S-foils will begin to close. That is a really nice shot. The modelling on the 3D model for this too is fantastically done. Actually, we're going to be going under the Star Destroyer here, so we're going to be able to do a bit of a demo of this in a second. Because I'm going to have to go low and go fast. There we go. So they'll close down to about there, which is about 15 to 20% open, to streamline the aircraft for speed. Now, the second you pull out of afterburn, the S-foils will automatically open back to their previous settings, so back to full in this case. Which I think just really, really, really sells the model here. It's a nice little touch. Anyways, that Star Destroyer up there, which I'm hoping this is giving you a good sense of scale that I don't think you got the last time I did one of these in the TIE Fighter. It's fully active too, and it is hostile, so it's probably going to start firing on me here soon enough. And yet that thudding in the background is the Star Destroyer firing on me. And let's do a quick pass over the airfield, because I did set up some ground targets over here. Basically, I set some AT-AT and AT-ST patrols, so they should be marching their way through Las Vegas at the moment. They're supposed to pat back around to the airfield, or the airport here, but I don't see any, so... And they're big enough you can usually spot them. Alright, so anyways, there is going to be a flyout on the Unprofessionals DCS server this weekend using the Star Wars mod. Actually, it's going to be on Friday at 10 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. That'll be GMT plus 11, because we've got daylight savings to take into account here. If anyone would like to come along, all you need is the Star Wars mod, which I will have in the video description and in the comment section down below, a link to its download. You will require DCS to be installed, of course, and you will require... Looks like we've actually got an enemy fighter still up, so we better go deal with him. You will be required to have Flaming Cliffs as well. The mod references a lot of the stuff in Flaming Cliffs, so Flaming Cliffs is a requirement. You can't just install the mod onto the free-to-play DCS install and have it work. But if you've got Flaming Cliffs and you want to download the mod and come and join us this weekend, I will make sure all of the starfighters are available. I'm not sure what the mission objectives will be, but I should be able to make it reasonably interesting, and we should have a lot of fun with it. Actually, I'm going to have to set up... It's not going to hit. I've lost him. Whoa! Okay, yep, we didn't have him locked up. That's another little thing with the X-Wing. If you go a little bit too fast, it will get the shakes a bit. Really need to get something on server side to record, because there'll be some good cinematics in this weekend as well, I think, or this Friday as well. That's a miss. That's a hit. There we go, last starfighter down. It looks like 2 X-Wings make it out, including myself. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. I'm probably going to pop up a few more of these very, very, very soon. I wouldn't mind getting through them all. So yeah, video description down below for details on where to download the mod for yourself. If you're interested in coming out this weekend, the details for the flyout will also be there as well. And until next time, may the Force be with you.